players are ready. I'm ready. You're ready. Hopefully the chat is ready. You know who's not ready? This internet. I've been fighting with this internet all day, and if it goes down, we're bringing it.
Ja, wir sind natürlich ready-matic.
Good thing for us, this match might be one of the fastest matches we have seen all weekend, as Denis is going to have to figure out the lines. I had an opportunity to go out, and during my break, there are no breaks. I had the opportunity to go out and see this Illuminator face off against Edmund Chu, and Ed got dispatched so quickly that it was, my head is still spinning how fast that match was over.
Crazy. And it's crazy because, I mean, Ed was having a good time. Now, it does look like the players are about to get playing here. Players are about to play? Let the players play.
Yeah.
And
Facts.
there is some things that can happen here. So things to note to kind of orientate you guys a little bit more. They are
Ja, wir sind established genug auf jeden Fall. There we are. Final Time, liebe Leute. Bam! Let's see it. Ich bin auf jeden Fall hyped und habe voll Bock zu sehen, wie geil ClutchGoat gewinnt. Jetzt haben sie endlich auch seinen Typo korrigiert. Nicht mehr der Club-Commander.
The only down-tempo cards I can see here, Calhoun could be a little bit down-tempo. Calhoun is in there, I think, to keep dogs in check. She's not the most spectacular card in this matchup. But everything else, it's good. It's also interesting because
Calhoun ist schon noch okay.
We had the honor of casting this match together with when he was playing earlier. The Mulan Disguised Soldier in Zootopia makes me truly believe that Denis's plan is go fast or go home.
Yeah, I think that might be the play. I think they're having some issues over at the table. They are kind of. We did test those headphones, and they were working earlier, but we might be having some technical issues, and they are getting that.
I put them on a podcast. Was that not right?
Back, are they listening to
the
podcast right now?
I put on a.
Okay, so
we're gonna do a little.
We're gonna kick it back to the booth. Or you want to be?
We're gonna have a little bit.
You want to come in?
Okay.
Okay. Perfect. Okay.
Takes the village, and man, we have a good one.
We got a good team over here. And shout out to Rebecca Quest, again, holding it down, ready to do everything to keep this tournament going. And we're going to kick it back to the action as everything is going to be copacetic. Denis Nadas does have the play. So that is something that is crucially important as you do start Clarabelle and you got
aber die machen ja erstmal nichts gegen die Palace Guard.
Yeah, that Clarabelle is feeling pretty good because in the last matchup, Clarabelle was in the face of Fire the Cannons. So it is a situation where sometimes you're a little afraid, but not afraid at all. ClutchGoat is not interested in challenging. He is not interested in removal. He pretty much wants to go fast, and he's not off to the fastest start. Now, I will say Palace Guard, he's pretty well set at that 1-4. But there we go. Oh, this is not the. I told you guys, I'm like, it's gonna go so fast, you're not even gonna believe it. This is not that fast start. And if I am Denis, I'm taking it.
Ja, das geht, aber wir sehen ja gleich kommt noch die Cobra Dogs auch schon auf der Hand. Finde ich eigentlich ganz leger noch für ClutchGoat. Kann keinen viel schnelleren. Doch klar, natürlich, er könnte Turn 2 so Nala gehabt haben oder Lilo. Die wären viel besser gewesen. Die spielt er ja wahrscheinlich auch, oder? Ich weiß es nicht so genau.
You have those gathering wisdom and knowledge. You have the giant cobra. You have the honey mare. You have the white rose, and you have the inevitability, as it may be.
Wow, that was fascinating. He saw Gathering Wisdom, and honestly, that's one of my favorite cards. We have the artist in the room, and I told her, that's so cool that you got to create the print-free lore card. And he covets it enough, because honestly, so many of these cards are, it's good as long as it survives a turn. And the good news with Gathering with Knowledge is when nothing needs to survive, you just go ahead and get into lore. So I do think Gathering Wisdom is interesting, but Doc, famously good as well.
Yeah,
ich verstehe auch nicht, warum er nicht eine andere Karte discarded hat.
Maybe there is another copy of Doc the Bold Knight in the hand for ClutchGoat, or maybe there's another way that you have access to draw more cards. As we do have Shift Clarabelle coming in and being able to challenge into this Calhoun, and you can clear that Palace Guard. So you are finding the lines required to potentially win this matchup. And I do believe this is a very unfavorable advantage or unfavorable matchup, but you have the plays required, and you can shift next turn and clear the board that ClutchGoat can rebuild with.
Wird er jetzt den Prince wegmachen oder die Clarabelle oder wird er einfach einen Lore machen? Man könnte echt auch considern, die Clarabelle wegzumachen. Weil ein Lore nicht so super viel ist. Ah ja, nächste Runde macht er dann noch den Doc. Den zweiten Doc von seiner Hand. Na klar, discardet man auf jeden Fall den. Und nicht Gathering Knowledge and Wisdom. Ja, finde ich eigentlich gut, dieses Deck. Gut.
And we do
abgetötet. Well played.
Not able to get any use out of that Clarabelle's ability, and now Denis has found the line needed to kind of usurp this aggressive aggro deck, and now you have low resources for ClutchGoat, who's trying to clutch up. We do have that secondary dock, and we're starting to rebuild slowly in time, and you have to be expressly careful not to commit too much, because now Prince Philip are both available.
Ich weiß nicht, ob ich nicht besser gefunden hätte, nächste Runde Doppel Christopher Robin zu legen.
Because more cards are okay, and that's one card that's quite powerful.
Oh, not like this. Doch, natürlich. Like this. It's like this and like that and like this and that. It's like that and like this and like that. Ah yeah, it's the next episode. So just chill. Es kann nicht so lange dauern, bis die nächste Episode kommt. Fällt mir ein, ich muss mir noch Papers ranholen. Yeah, 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 yeah. Smoke weed every day.
We're back. Don't let it come back. We were always here.
And that should be the last one that we experience for some time.
I mean, my goodness. And I'm worried about the internet would go down and the game is over. And that is what happened. And the story of that game, I mean, what do you think? A lot of things went right for Denis.
Game schon vorbei. Denis hat gewonnen, oder was?
I don't think Clutch did anything wrong. I think Denis had
Ultra
the
getötet worden.
line, being on the play, being able to shift that Clarabelle, being able to find the under the sea, being able to not get some of those Christopher Robbins.
Super, das beste Timing, echt immer so. Ran, müsste schießen! Mit NordVPN kannst du...
Very fascinating stuff, and I think that, I've talked about this a few times in the past few days, of so much of these matchups is, are you playing based on what you think is good or what you're afraid of? Seeing him go ahead and discard the dock now, I mean, he might have already had, I think he might have had 2 docks, but
Ja, hat er auch, bestimmt.
That card is very good, but not when you're so far away. You want to just keep filling your hand, rebuilding, and then suddenly gathering wisdom and knowledge. When you get to the point that no card on Earth will ever stick again, that card can be good, but he did elect, he said, hey, and then he put it back in his hand, so I'm thinking now he's going to be going first this time. He wins.
Denis went first on that previous round, so now ClutchGoat is going to be going first this time. He's going to be on the play, on the play, trying to maybe on the draw might be a bit more difficult. You did have probably your best possible counter to what ClutchGoat was trying to do to you there. So now ClutchGoat is going to have to come out, and hopefully, for your sake, you can get out and find some of these locations you have in your deck. Maybe find some of those 2-questing early characters and start to get. And just start to come out of the gate swinging, as it looks like we have a little bit of a stall there on the table.
Yeah, we're moving and grooving along. He put his hands up like in a magical way. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of shuffling up here and cutting the deck, offering the shuffle on the opponent's side. So the finals for everybody watching, they are untimed. Now, there is a timer just to orientate you. If they go longer than that, do I think in any world we're going past an hour?
No.
I don't. I'm so sad. I wanted to last, one time you've casted finals. Sometimes they last a really long time. But Denis's deck, he plays lightning fast because he knows how it works. ClutchGoat, he needs to find the cards he needs. But that's why he runs Zootopia Police Headquarters in Milan.
So is
because there's cards. He's like, these are the good ones. These are the ones I need right now. He did not find them last week.
Yeah, just anybody that can quest for 2, or just a way to send a ton of characters and resources into the board. Maybe even that Amethyst Chromacon might be a card that you might want to favor just to have more resources, because Denis does have the ability to wipe your board and take multiple cards from you at one time. So there are lines, I guess, Denis has just proven, or maybe Denis just will not be denied. He has been grinding a lot.
Das wird es sein.
I've seen this Illuminary.
Sieht einfach gar nicht ein, dass jetzt verloren haben
He's
soll.
trying to get back to the North American Championship. He was there last year, and now you want to return and get back, and maybe you can push that thing to a World Championship invite. So ClutchGoat, it's going to have to clutch up here if you want to make that your own future.
And there we go.
Wir dürfen gespannt sein, da geht's los.
Discarding that Calhoun, which makes me believe he's going to go a little bit differently. The Calhoun didn't serve him super well last match. It's fascinating to see him have that Amethyst Chromacon. Amethyst Chromacon, you give your opponent cards. So, I mean, it was generally paired with Emerald in the past because then you can have your opponent discard their hand with something like Bend Your Will, Cusco. In this case, any card that Denis has, he gets to keep. It's his. And so I don't want Denis to have a single card. So it's kind of, all of his things have a downside, it feels like.
Right.
If Clutch goes too fast, then he might overextend. If he draws cards, well, Denis might be drawing cards too. It doesn't feel good. Denis, though, has gone ahead and developed his brain to his own little, get your hand size a little bit better. There we go. Christopher Robin, which is...
I'll take it. Even though you are not on the play, you didn't get a chance to use that full underdog ability, you're still able to put down a 2-questing character that might be able to quest 2, maybe 3 times in this current situation. Mulan there might not be able to quest as much if you have this Tipo around. Maybe Tipo can challenge into this Mulan or possibly put some hits into this Christopher Robinson if you can find a Cinderella next turn. Giant Cobra, Ghostly Serpent is going to pitch that Gathering Wisdom and Knowledge again, Katie, gaining that 2 lore instantly.
And one thing I don't think I mentioned last time, Malicious, Mean, and Scary doesn't need a Prince Philip if you have little guys. You can do like 2 Malicious, Mean, and Scaries and have a pretty impactful turn, especially with something like a Mulan and a Christopher Robin. If you can get like just a little bit of damage, like suddenly Malicious, Mean, and Scary can be very good when your characters are not very well statted. We do have a Giant Cobra, which is, I would call him a fair-sized Cobra. That's not that big. It's a 4/4, but something.
I think Giant.
Da hat sie schon größere Cobras gesehen, oder was?
Hyperbolic, one might say.
Gefaced?
Big Cobra.
Yeah, pretty big Cobra. And there we go. There's that Amethyst Chromacon, one of the 2 Chromacons you will find in this game. This one does allow you to exert, draw a card, but so does Denis.
Oh, you're not playing Steel Chromacon?
No.
Okay, my bad.
Was mit Sapphire Chromacon?
Yeah, Sapphire Chromacon? No?
No.
Okay.
So, das war Sapphire Coil.
Okay, no, okay, you're right.
If you love Chromacons, name every Chromacon of all
Let's
time.
go. Fake fan. I hate a fake fan.
Yeah.
Fake Chromacon fan. Right
So, at this point, you're looking at ClutchGoat.
Ich bin auf jeden Fall überhaupt kein Chromacon-Fan. Das Amethyst Chromacon ist auch das Beste von denen. Von dem bin ich schon ein Fan, aber alle anderen mag ich nicht.
This is the beginning. This, like, we've seen this story before of just a Cinderella,
and
some
dream.
Cards, and some ink, and it's just
Cinderella
a
dream.
nightmare.
Cinderella and a dream.
Cinderella's your nightmare came true because I mean, so many things happen after this turn. It's funny because I mean, this Cinderella is always pretty much in every single one of these blue, green, sapphire, emerald deck lists because she does exactly what you need. You get to keep your hand size, the size that you don't necessarily lose any cards. You're still able to increase your ink, and he doesn't have a ton of card draw. I will say that this isn't great for Denis because he does need to do something.
Ja, das sieht richtig gut aus für ClutchGoat.
Right? The Prince Philip path.
Die Frage ist, ob er jetzt gleich Goat-mäßig klatschen wird in Game 3. Oder ob er geklatscht wird. In Game 1 ist er schon echt ordentlich geklatscht worden. Hier, denke ich, wird er mehr vorne sein. Wobei hier...
He's a pretty buff little rapscallion as this space pirate is going to come through and hypnotize this Christopher Robinson into a reckless frenzy.
Oh, witzig ist jetzt die Frage, ob man Cinderella so schlägt mit Cobra, damit dieser Christopher Robin überlebt.
I'm thinking, well, maybe he's saying you wouldn't challenge my Cinderella because if he keeps it. That being said, John Silver does pair well into anything cool that ClutchGoat does. John Silver says absolutely not. If you get something, it's fascinating because I mean, there's not a lot of like. Sometimes you'll see something that quests for 3. I mean, no, the most is questing for 2. No evasives, which I find absolutely fascinating. And an Amethyst deck where they said evasives, I don't need it.
I don't need it. They're too
clunky. So we ink the White Rose. We go ahead and play a Calhoun, get the dock, empty the hand size completely, and then he says, "I think I'll take it." No, what? He does.
We do clear the Cinderella just to possibly protect our Christopher Robinson, who is now still going to be not able to quest, but you don't have the opportunity to go for that undersea path as John Silver is not going to have the vocal range required to sing that ballad solo. He's going to need some accompaniment. Cinderella would have been the nice backup singer.
It's a duet.
Wow, das Finale auch noch mit Multiple Interruptions. Echt der leckerste. CCQ not like this. Bei in Roseville haben sie gesagt, so sponsored bei Not Like This. Das Logo war mehr zu sehen als deren CG-Logo irgendwie. Catalyst Games? Nee.
With John Silver. He has no strength. He has no cannons. He has no angels. The only
Glimmer
way
games
around these prince... Nope, he's not a prince. Alien John is through them. So if I am ClutchGoat, these Johns don't win the game, but they definitely stop your go fast plan. It is time to deploy Gathering Knowledge and Wisdom.
And I'm so sorry again with the stream. If you guys are just tuning in, this is the finals. We are being rate limited from the venue that we are using. Shout out to the venue. The venue is wonderful, but just there was some issues with the internet, and we are trying our best to keep this going, and we are getting to the threshold of our internet. But still, I want to thank you guys for being here. We are not going to go home. We're going to keep playing, keep showing up. We're going to keep refreshing this thing as many times as we need to. And this is the grand final. So,
ja, hoffentlich nicht mehr so many times. Das sieht ja doch so aus, als ob ClutchGoat das gleich am Sack hätte, ne? Er hatte 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ja.
It looks good, but I'm scared. He can sing, which just means it's scary, and now we're at 8. If he inks one more,
alles nicht so schlimm.
Philip, I mean, that's bad.
Ach doch, wenn das ganze Board jetzt, wenn jetzt die Combo kommt.
Positives. Positive, he has on the board.
Die Combo kommt nicht.
And now that develop your brain is going to take you off of that line.
Yes, there we go. So he doesn't have that. But there's other options. There's the pain catalog is many options. There is one of them right there. Under the Sea doesn't hit everything, but does hit over 50%. 3 out of 5 characters hate Under the Sea. In the meantime, we'll just go ahead and challenge the Calhoun. And now it is Hades looking for a deal. I think he's looking for Wisdom and Knowledge, Honey Marin, and White Rose.
Yeah, I think he's looking for a quest. I don't think he's going to even be bothered with the comings and goings of this John Silver. I think he's just going to turn his body into some lore. Honey Marin's going to give you another one that drives you up to 15, I believe. Now that Hades is going to give you another one that's 16. If you take that approach, we're still able to use the Amethyst Chromacon.
I'm excited because this is the situation that I alluded to as far as what Clutch's deck can do. And what that is get to the point where you can get to 15, 16. 16 is, I think, the most comfortable. 18 would be nicer, where you are just saying, listen, I don't need to do anything that sticks anymore. I don't care if you Basil. I don't care if you even Hades. Whatever you have, I don't care.
Under the Sea, who cares?
Yeah, because you get to the point where you get the immediate benefit. But he's not there yet. He has a little bit more maneuver. He's asking to take a deal, saying, perchance we could trade this John Silver on the bottom of your deck for 2 cards.
And those Hades are looking quite nice.
They're putting in work.
Deck. That's the highest cost character or card in the entire build, and they are looking phenomenal because you have to respect. You cannot give this deck more cards, so you have to send your John Silver to the bottom of the deck and enter into the Hope phase. Clarabelle getting rid of the Chromacon. That looks pretty nice. That's a great approach.
Yeah, you do not. It's one of my favorite things at Disney Lorcana.
Endlich Clarabelle mit Zicker.
He's like, did I put a Benja? What do I do? And Clarabelle's like, I'm literally already in here. No one put her in the deck for that.
I do this.
I do this. That's my job. She said, read the bottom of the card, guys.
Get some respect on my
Alle gucken in der Mitte. Oh yeah, Clarabelle. Cool. Alles aber egal.
It's not clumsy. It's on purpose. So she does go ahead, break that Amethyst Chromacon. Cinderella comes down to steadily increasing resources on Denis's side. Now, he has had an issue. Pretty much the reason that you have Donald Duck in addition to Clarabelle is because you have your plan A, which is if Clarabelle can help me draw cards, and plan B is Donald Duck. He got rid of the Amethyst Chromacon, clearly reading that whatever I do, I cannot give any cards to ClutchGoat, who has 3 lore on board and question mark lore in hand.
Es könnte alles sein, es könnte auch nichts sein.
As far as cards with reach, we have Giant Cobra, Gathering Wisdom Knowledge, Honey Marin, and White Rose. So it's a lot of things to worry about.
Yeah, getting up to 15 is just
and he's about to get out to 18.
Yeah, you got a free quest here, and Gathering Wisdom is going to be game over, and that's GG. We're going to a game number 3. So hopefully we can keep this energy rocking and rolling. Thank you guys all for being here. I got to tell you, more important, I love a game 3 above all else. I think game 3s here in Disney Lorcana is what we all live for as broadcasters, as commentators, as content creators. We love a game number 3. I don't love the internet. Again, I can't stress enough how frustrating the internet is making me. But we have a nice match.
Ja, das Internet ist echt
I hope you enjoy.
Sad bei denen.
How could you not? Because at this point, we have seen 2 incredibly philosophically different decks. We have seen people innovative and also trying something that's been successful. By innovative, I mean ClutchGoat. He's going on. He's basically gambling on himself with this deck and saying, I will get there. And he got there. And I'm so happy that both players got to say why they brought this deck today with these 2 matches. Game 1 and Game 2 was the story of how they got to the finals. And now we get to find the story of who is going to get the
Sehr schön gesagt. Diese Katie echt. Immer mehr zum Top-Tier-Kommentator. Sie sind das gute Team einfach so, Katie und JDZ. Die beiden sind echt super.
He is out here trying to grind, trying to get back to that national event. He's putting in the work, and you get so close to your goal, and you run into a matchup that I really think does not favor you at all. You found the lines on the play in game number 1. Maybe you can do that again here in game number 3. Whereas ClutchGoat looks pretty confident. You are on the draw, Katie. What does Denis need to do again if you can't, or what does Denis need to do to secure that invite?
He has seen that Under the Sea pays off pretty handily in this matchup. I think in all the matchups, this is one where there's only a couple cards where Under the Sea doesn't just absolutely take you to the bottom of the deck. So I think that's something where if he can get his singers out and deploy it, Malicious Mean and Scary is almost even a backup plan. Normally that's like, I need to get to that. I need to have the Prince Philip shift line. But to me, I feel like he really needs to prioritize finding Under the Sea pretty early, because I think Clutch might try to go a little wide and get punished for it. I couldn't say 100% what's going to happen, but I do know that whatever it is, it's going to be me saying Gathering Wisdom Knowledge. Told you guys it was good.
You're just, I mightily agree. You're just hoping for not a Christopher. Never mind. Too soon. Christopher Robinson is there as an underdog, and this is where you want him to be. This is basically almost like you are now on the draw, or excuse me, on the play now, because you have this 2-cost character coming in on 1. He is an underdog. You can't quest for 2, and it's going to be a while before you can adequately accost this shorted, this character in shorts right there.
And I find the best cards in Disney Lorcana are the cards that change how you would have, your opponent has to change what they would have done otherwise. And I think Christopher Robin is a card that does change a little bit, because suddenly you're like, okay, well, I need to TPO instead of Sail. I don't want to let you quest for free for 3 or 4 turns, and it makes it where, okay, do I go wider? We don't even know if he has ramp yet. He is making that decision right now, or not making a decision, rather. He probably has it, because if he doesn't, that's bad. There we go. And so I don't know, would he have done TPO in any other...
I think, having Tipo down, it might have some press value over Sale the other I see in this matchup, because Tipo does have the ability to help seeing the Under the Sea. He also can put some hits onto this Christopher Robinson, because you're going to have to do something about this questing character soon, because you can't let him go for 6 on you.
Ich glaube, Tipo wird eher anfangen, das Zootopia zu fahren.
Path to victory is closing as we slam the Zootopia.
And to the point, I guess my thing was, would he have played the Tipo in normal conditions? And the answer is, I don't know if he would have.
Da ist auch schon der Prinz Philip, jetzt wird wirklich Zootopia geslammt für 1.
He's going to have the ability
Wo es gleich schon weg ist.
Possibly Under the Sea. He doesn't really care about that Tipo, because now he's kind of telegraphing 2 things. Well, I might do a Prince Philip. I already have 5 ink on the board.
Das stimmt.
He has the answer. He has the ability to do so many things next turn, and ClutchGoat can't really do anything to prevent it. He can just play this.
Nö, ClutchGoat kann nur hoffen, dass der Gegner nichts hat.
Or Ghostly Serpent here, and if the Prince Philip does engage with the Zootopia. Wait, did we play the Sail the Everlasting and the Tipo?
Yeah, he played Tipo the next, or he played Tipo the first turn, then last turn he played.
So
ja, das ist ein super starkes Opening. Turn 2 Ramp und Turn 3 Sail the Azurite Sea und Prince Philip noch.
Yes.
Dann hat man sofort Turn 4 die Combo online.
Yeah, and he's looking around saying, who said that? But now we're going to go ahead, do a little bit of cheeky auditing, saying, okay, what was played this turn? What are we questing to? Calculating that. We did go ahead and get 1 lore for the Zootopia, 1 lore from Bella's Guard, 2 lore from Christopher Robin, who's now quested twice, and that does add up.
And shout out to Lore Guy Phil over there, who is on the feature table holding it down. I mean, absolute icon of the community. Complete Go Ink, the Malicious Mean.
He says, where I'm going, I don't need it.
Okay.
Okay, jetzt macht der Reckless auf den Christopher Robin. Ne, auf den Diablo. Interesting. Wo man am allerwenigsten sad ist, wenn der kaputt ist.
This is telling me, because there's so much people say by what they play.
Wäre doch okay gewesen, Christopher Robin Reckless zu geben und mit Prince Philip in das Zootopia hinein zu challengen. Dann wäre ClutchGoat gezwungen gewesen, mit seiner Calhoun abzutraden in Prince Philip, was nicht schlecht ist. Und kann sich dann noch 4 Lore machen. Insgesamt ist er dann auf 10. Also 2 Lore kriegt er dafür, dass Calhoun tradet mit Prince Philip. Und dann kriegt er noch 2 Lore dafür, dass er Gathering Knowledge und Wisdom ausspielt. Na klar, getradet. Und dann noch auf 12 gegangen und go. Oh, hat er dann noch einen Dock auf der Hand?
High tempo turn. He's able to use all his input.
Das geht nicht, der hat Reckless, ganz genau.
He goes ahead and says, oh, by the way, Christopher Robin, you absolutely have Reckless. So
but look what's on the board, though, Katie. We can see.
We can.
Oh, aber er hat es
No
nicht.
card, no Clarabelle, no Under the Sea is in hand. It's Clarabelle's play.
Oh my goodness. So you're right. I mean, I talked about. I was like, "What do you need under the sea?" And he's like, "What do we need under the sea? What do we have? Not that." Because
ja, Under the Sea wäre jetzt gut gewesen.
Old-fashioned challenging and tempo control.
So, aber okay, immer noch ist jetzt Christopher Robin reckless. Mit seinen beiden Mans könnte er sich jetzt noch 2 Lore machen. Das kann es, glaube ich. Aber jetzt kommt noch Hades. Hades auf John Silver.
Interesting inking of the white rose here. It might tell a story about what's happening to your hand as the Hades looking for a deal is going to come on down fast, talking, and we are going to give up the 2 cards. Maybe that pair.
Ja, und Christopher Robin haut noch den Tipo.
Light on her hooves. Giving yourself 2 more cards in the process.
Did he just quest with that Christopher Robin?
Nein, er hat mit den Tipo gehauen.
Which is fine.
Yes.
That's fine. Because he survives that challenge. They're just 2 kids. They both flicked each other in the forehead and like moved on.
Lorcana sponsoring children fighting.
Yeah, and they're fine though. This is my favorite kind of thing. If they're going to challenge each other, they said, all right, that was fun. So he took that deal.
Aber Christopher Robin mit diesem Tipo so totbullen mit seiner mehr Willpower.
One of the things we talked about is Dennis, you need to draw.
Stärker ist er nicht, aber er will es einfach härter.
Fine. He has Clarabelle down. But I'm scared. Like there's a little light that just went from green to yellow on Goat's side for Dennis's brain because it's like, this is bad. You got 4 lore on board and now we need one card in hand.
But we still are just challenging with this John Silver, and that feels like a win for ClutchGoat there, honestly, as we are still challenging with the Clarabelle as well. So we don't have.
Ja, also dass ClutchGoat sich jetzt gleich noch 2 Lore machen kann und Dennis immer noch nichts gegaint hat, um aufzuholen. ClutchGoat hat auf jeden Fall auch noch das White Rose auf der Hand.
Trimmings of a white rose in hand.
Inking, you're welcome. Inking Prince Philip.
Noch ein John Silver.
And this helps. These John Silvers have been doing a ton of work saying that, listen, you know how you love
ja, okay.
favorite thing? You're a challenge deck now, buddy. And now we have the ability to make sure that
kann nichts machen, der Dog.
Now has to challenge in. What is this? 2 cards in hand. Dennis being rewarded by making
Da war jetzt super, das ist auch Family rauszusingen.
For ClutchGoat.
After draw.
Yeah, so Dennis is now going to have 3 cards remaining as we're going to go ahead and ready that Inkwell, which I absolutely... No, I think it's still exerted.
It's like there's a light exertion.
Little counter.
I would call that the delicate exertion. I mean, if we have a compass that is perchance I don't know, 70 degree.
Yeah, I think that's fair. As we have the Chromacon, we're always going to draw before we make our decisions, and this is good.
Da sieht es aus, als ob er eine Giant Cobra auf der Hand jetzt noch hätte.
And you're talking gathering wisdom, you're talking all these.
Gehst du auf 16 und auf 18. Achso, er ist schon auf 15, okay. Dann gehst du noch auf 17.
He loves challenging. And there we go, White Rose. We saw one go to the Inkwell, and he said, don't worry, I put a bunch of this thing. So we got Zootopia going down on the Inkwell to probably play Ulan, digging to go find more of these cards that just turn magically into closer to 20 lore, which is what you...
Ja, die Cobra hat er noch auf der Hand.
And we have the double John Silver Genjutsu is established. If Dennis can clear this board one more time,
John Silver Kaisen.
You can outmaneuver with these double John Silver set up, but it's going to require you to clear the board. Strike a good match. It is a good tool to dig a little bit deeper to find something that you need to help clear this board one more time. Can you do it, Dennis? You can't let him quit.
Das Problem ist, ClutchGoat denkt sich so, ja, selbst wenn er das Board cleart.
And it's so hard because, I mean, we saw things work out quite nice for Dennis when he had the Clarabelle turning off the Chromacon. The 2 cards in hand make me so nervous. At any time you have more than 1 card, I'm like, you have a Cobra and something else, don't you? So he, at this point, has saying the strike a good match. He goes ahead, discards the Tipo.
Nicht jetzt not like this und dann, ja, ClutchGoat ist der Champion. Pass auf.
Oh.
Was ein Genuss es doch ist.
Please, internet, I'm begging.
I know how it works. I told it.
Katie,
It was number 4. I love it.
Thank you, guys. I'm so sorry. Oh, my God.
We're back.
Please,
Nothing
we're
happened,
back.
though. The good news is you missed nothing.
You missed nothing. You missed nothing. You missed nothing. I'm sorry, gang. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know this is the finals, and I can feel it when it's happening. I can literally see the internet.
Well, the internet machine starts whirring weirdly.
Yeah, I can see it. I can feel it. It's happening more frequently because I think we've used so much internet.
And Dennis's broadband looks like it's struggling. I mean, he keeps shaking his head. He's seen puff cheek, head shaky, lean forward, lean back, put card up, put card back.
Lean back.
So if I am ClutchGoat,
Lean back.
I'm going, am I good? Because, I mean, he's not loving what he's not, the math is not mathing on Dennis's side. Things are cheek puff again. This is not, and he puts his card back. So he's not liking the options.
He doesn't. I don't think this is a good, not you're welcome. You're welcome on the
himself. Which is okay.
I mean, you can find, hold up.
Yes.
We can find, looking at Dennis's body language, he's just like, oh, what am I even looking for? I guess under the sea is
it's only one thing.
Not doing anything at all. Oh my goodness, you're looking for. I guess you need to look for combo pieces. You need to maybe, if you're goated, you just rip both of them right here, right now, and clear this board. If you can clear this board with double John Silver, it's hard to get out of that little lock.
Well, here he said, let me count my hand really quick. We got 8 here, 2.
Hätte er nicht einfach diesen Hades verhauen können und mit den John Silvers erkunden, um den anderen beiden Reckless zu geben? Und nichts wäre los gewesen?
Let's see it. We already inked multiple carries as well just to get to this part in the game. This is the grand final. If you are just tuning in,
das ist das, was hier gerade der Modus ist. Von Denis. Mit dem kleinen Bordnachteil.
Thank you guys all for being here and continue to rock.
Und vor dem großen Lore-Nachteil.
Man, oh man, this is an intense matchup.
We are developing, or we're visioning of the future. Does he have 1 or 2 of the pieces? He keeps one pretty fast. He has a total of 8 or 7 ink left. He can ink 1 more card, play a card and sing.
Tja.
What I'm referring to.
Wie sieht's aus, Goat? Wirst du klatschen oder wirst du geklatscht? Ich glaube, du wirst klatschen, ne? Das sieht gut aus. Ich verstehe noch nicht, warum Denis so desperate ist. Eigentlich hatte er das Board doch noch under control. Mit seinen 3 Guys.
If one of these characters can quest, you got Gathering Wisdom, you have a Giant Cobra, and you're actually just going to be out of there. So it's so many options to end this game next turn. And Dennis
dieser Basil wird geinkt. Damit hätte man doch auch jetzt immer noch es so machen können, dass man damit irgendwie den Hades bounce und die anderen beiden so Reckless gibt mit seinen John Silversen.
Maybe stabilize a bit. But if I'm ClutchGoat, hypothetically, if you're Dennis and you had double Gathering in hand, would you want to see it? Would you say, hey man, just if you got it, like whoa?
Ja klar, natürlich, ja.
Oh man.
Because I'd be so upset if the turn.
Wow, noch der dritte John Silver.
So there is no more being gained.
Very fascinating. I mean, that was you have plan A with the deck, plan B, plan C. This was like very low because he had to go ahead, dig, and just find enough a bevy of John Silvers to give Reckless to the entire board, and it's bad for 2 reasons. Because now everything on the board better get to questing.
And there is another
er hat auf jeden Fall noch eine Cobra, das wissen wir. Wenn er jetzt noch einen Gathering Knowledge and Wisdom gezogen hat und eine Inkable, dann hat er sofort gewonnen. Aber er hat ja auch nichts von noch nicht verloren.
Yeah! That's 18 now. Or excuse me, 16, because you didn't get a quest in at all, right?
So yeah, he has to go ahead and throw everything he can. He puts 2 into the Clarabelle.
Ich weiß nicht, ob ich nicht auch den John Silver lieber weggemacht hätte als die Clarabelle.
We have a single white rose on board, 2 amethyst.
Aber er hatte immer noch die Cobra auf der Hand.
I did see the shadow of a ghostly serpent in hand. That is
ja.
Cobra, and we have the honey merit. I think I might be mistaken, but it
looks like
echt? Serpent and honey merit. That would be the end of this game.
Das wäre echt das Ende dann.
No, yeah, the game would be over. I mean, if that is the case, but my vision is not of the future. It is quite bad from time to time. So
es könnte sein, dass es Honey Marin ist, ne? Ich bin leider nicht so ultra familiar mit der Karte.
And if it's not,
es ist vielleicht auch Doc.
Gets to just draw 2 cards with Chromacon and say, "I'll find it anyway." I mean, this is so fascinating. I think of these cards as like little lore coupons you get to cash in, and I think he
ja.
lore coupons to go to Disneyland, maybe.
Yeah.
ClutchGoat braucht nur noch 3 Lore-Coupons einzulösen und das wird er gleich auch schon geschafft haben.
He can't pull back any lore count. He can't. It's just we're not looking. Oof.
We're not playing any bend to my will type
no.
cards. No, so we don't have any way to get into the hand of ClutchGoat to kind of disrupt some of their plays before you can play them.
And even that, like a Basil would have to be around a turn. I don't know if we're going to see another turn.
Wie ClutchGoat auch nur so unendlich wartet, bis er probably gewonnen hat.
You can guys up, I guess, if that's what you want to do. You can play your Ink Geyser, put a ton more cards into your hand, but I guess that's just putting more cards into your opponent's hand. They do play very low to the curve, so I don't know how.
Ja, wenn du Ink Geyser machst, bist du unendlich tot. Dann hat der Gegner doch for sure alles auf der Hand.
Of 2 different cards, and they'll take off some win conditions that they have. So I don't know, man. This is still tough. I don't know if I want to Ink Geyser my opponent playing the burn deck. That seems not cool, but you do what must be done in these trying times. Here's the Clarabelle.
Clarabelle mit Zicker, okay.
One of those Amethyst Chromacon.
So fascinating to watch the entire script be flipped. We talk about inevitability, and it's normally Denis has inevitability, but we've reached a point where with this many pieces of bursting of lore, the inevitability is on ClutchGoat's side.
Oh ja,
Clutch is clutch.
Das ist echt immer ein interessanter Punkt.
It looks like you have everything you wanted.
ClutchGoat ist zwar das Agro-Deck,
aber
wenn du nicht schnell genug gewinnst, dann verlierst du einfach. Und da ist es, ClutchGoat gewinnt. Super nice. Kriegen wir noch das Interview mit ClutchGoat?
I gotta say, for a man named ClutchGoat, you lived up to the name this weekend. We are here with the Glimmer Games yeah, that's right, CCQ champion. ClutchGoat, how are you feeling right now?
I feel great. I came to take the cows out to the pasture, so we got it done. The first thing that went through my mind is I guess I need to get a refund on my LCQ ticket that I bought.
You bought the LCQ ticket
so I was like,
morning.
Oh no, darn it.
You never know, but that's a great problem to have. Talk to me a little bit about why you chose Amethyst Steel. I was calling it locations earlier. I realized there's only one location in there. The Amethyst Steel, do you have a name for the deck?
It's Burn. It's like
Burn.
Classic Magic the Gathering Burn deck. Quick, fast, go wide, finish with direct damage, direct lore. So,
Any reason you brought this deck specifically?
So, Ed is the reason. I knew he was going to be here. He has a heavy influence on the meta here. He plays blue-green like a champ, and I wanted to take that down, and I wanted to have a good game into the rest of the blue decks. So I came to beat Ed. That's why.
And you did.
Yeah.
You got through the champion, the double DLC champ, the North American champ. How are you feeling in this exact moment?
I haven't figured that out yet. I feel great. Yeah.
Incredible. Take me through some of the games here. I wasn't able to catch it all, but I saw that we went to a game 3. How was game 1 for you?
Game one was rough, man. He had the Prince shift threatened pretty early, which is definitely his best way to win. I think is getting that 3-drop Prince online. Because then you can sing and shift in the same turn, shift as soon as turn 6. If he has the right cards, he can definitely get that going, and he definitely had it, so that was rough. That's the way to beat me for sure, but it requires a very specific number of cards. Like you have to have the 1-drop, the 2-drop ramp, the Prince shift, and the malicious, mean, and scary. And you don't have a lot of ways to draw up until that point because you can't afford to shift the cow. And so, but he had it. So he had the line. That's the line to win. And unless I have like some crazy Zootopia, triple Zootopia or something, I can't really beat that on the draw, especially.
Of course, it was what it was. Inevitability was there. Game 2, talk me through it.
Yeah, game 2. I don't believe I had Christopher Robin. Or no, I went first on game 2, so I didn't need Christopher Robin on 1. I knew on the play I had a really good advantage. I mulliganed fairly conservatively because I knew I already had an advantage. I didn't want to mulligan into triple dock or triple burn spell or something like you want to throw those burn spells away. You want them for the late game. So you really want that triple 1-drop line is great with a Zootopia or maybe a Christopher Robin. And so that's what I was going for. I got the line going early, and then it's just all about don't overcommit, get the Chromacons online, force him into a situation where he wants to blow up the Chromacon. If he's wasting time doing that, I can usually win it out.
Which means you then had to play on the draw for game 3. Talk me through the idea. What was going through your head? How do you what do you navigate? How do you win on the draw?
On that point, I pretty hard mulliganed. I think I kept like 1 or 2 cards. I think maybe I just kept 1. I think I just kept a dock in my hand. I have a lot of filtering, so I'm not too worried about drawing the second one. I have Mulans and Cobras. So I was like, I really wanted the Christopher Robin, and you can also lose games if you just never see Doc. So I was like, I'm holding that. I'm going to hard mulligan the other 6 for the Christopher Robin, because if I hit the Christopher Robin, I've got the Doc. I don't brick it too hard. I should have a really good shot even on the draw in that matchup.
Do you think that a part of it was your opponent not drawing exactly the cards that they needed for the setup?
There's definitely, like, he didn't have the setup that time. He still had some game late with the double John Silver. That's another way you can win. You get multiple John Silvers online. But at that point, the only way I can overcome that is just by chroma-conning. Just draw, because then it doesn't matter. And so once he got the double John Silvers, his goal was to get rid of the chroma-cons, to cut me off. And he was digging for those cows to kill the chroma-cons, and he just didn't find them. And he even told me, he's like, that's what I was going for. I was like, yeah, that's the right play. You just didn't find the cow.
And I'm so curious about this deck specifically. Is this a home brew? Is this something you cooked up?
Yeah, I cooked it up. My buddy Jake and I tested it a lot. I kind of created it. There was a few changes. We were playing Fire the Cannons. It turned out we're like, you know what? It helps the Amber Steel matchup. That's already a loss, even with the Fire the Cannons. We just need to own that loss, and let's just beat everything else. And so Mulan's came in to kind of help with the draw filter, flood faster with the 1-drops, and that really cleaned up the deck. You get the Gathering Knowledge too soon. You don't really want that early game. You could just dump those out and just flood and use those for the finishers. So the Mulan for the Fire the Cannons was a last-minute change a few days ago, and that was I think key.
An expertly built deck. I was admiring it, honestly, just going, my goodness. I've seen nothing kind of even like this in this meta. What a great, brilliant way to attack the meta. I mean, how does it feel knowing that your deck is going to now be posted across all of the Lorcana people who are content creators talking about the deck that won the Glimmer Games?
Yeah, so the last time my buddy got top 8, got a Golden Mickey last year using a deck that I brewed up. It was Ruby Sapphire, and it ran the Fangs crossbows, like 2 Fangs crossbows. It had like almost no actions, no Be Prepared, no actions in almost the whole deck. It had Chicha and all those things. And so that was really exciting when he got top 8 with that deck, and everyone was talking about it, and it was really cool. So yeah, I think it's great. I think it's a lot of fun. I love building decks. It's just a real honor to be able to be here and compete and get a little lucky with the right matchups. And obviously, take down Ed was huge. I love that. So
crazy. Is there any shout-outs you want to make right now?
Well, I already made shout-outs to my son, my daughter, and my wife. I'm going to shout out my buddy, Jake. He's not here. My buddy Cody. Yep. All my friends from Nevada, right here. This group right here.
There we go. Let's get it. Yeah, right here.
So
stand up.
They're my boys. So I'm from Cali, but a lot of my friends are from out of state. But
let's
go. Guys. So yeah.
And now I gotta ask the consummate question on everybody's mind. You just won the LCQ, the Glimmer Games here in Roseville at the grounds. What are you going to do next?
I'm going to go to Disneyland.
Yeah! One more time, a round of applause for our champion. We are going to hand you all of this here. Yes. Congratulations, champ. You've won it all. Show it off to the camera. And don't go anywhere, folks, because we have the finals of the Youth Lorcana. There we go. Their boy Gideon's in here too. We're having a crushing weekend. Back to you guys.